Born in September, and like everything else I can't remember. I replaced the scenes from the film that I will never make. And I blinked, it was over. I was thinking my life would get slower. I always sort this all out when I'm sober.
It should be better now.
I read the scares on the front page. It says we're waiting around for an ice stage. It says our carpets, they come with the price tag.
You can't get some good stuff in any play.
They say just think of the children and imagine the world that we've willed them, all populated with weirdos to kill them and break their hearts, and everybody knows this is the end. It's now unfashionable, dinner party conversation. Your heart, you had your whole life before you everyone will adore. You grow up, you be an astronaut, or anything you want. What goes up in flames. And now your choices surround you, indecision confounds you, and you're pacing around in place. Shows you everything you're not, and in a brief little romance, you committed a soul without its consent. To live a life as a form without its content. Cause young people get every day. Young people get I just called to tell you, I just called to say, learned all your mistakes. You were my inspiration, and it wasn't all we hoped for. But we shake it off and we say, here's your yellow ribbon, I am your consolation. I was born in September, and if I die today, no, I don't regret you. Some things I can't explain. It's slow descent. It's a love this place every goddamn day. Now you know, no matter where you go, that I will follow. That I will follow. You are my only hope. It's not much, but it's all that I know. And here's how it goes. I just called to tell you, I just called to say, learn all your mistakes, passed down through generations.
This is a question about translation. One of the biggest challenges in film class is to go from the idea we have in our heads for how our film looks to actually making that film. I'd like to know how you translate, how the songs you write, lyrically and instrumentally, move from internal to external.
I like this question a lot, and mostly because it lets me tell you guys that I actually righted is not a word. I started writing songs for Typhoon in particular because I wanted to make a film, but I had no real background in film. I had no way, I didn't really have the resources or the mentors that helped me make a film. But I had this idea after watching 8½, You guys familiar with Fellini's 8½? Anyway, you should eventually. I'm sure it's textbook film class film. Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna make this kind of meta record or meta film about this character's life making a record, but I didn't know how to set about making a film, so instead I just started making the soundtrack to it. But then, like, that didn't really make any sense because without the film, which I was never going to make, the soundtrack is nice, but like you don't really get the idea. So I started infusing it with like lyrics that would somehow like capture an idea of a scene or a shot. And so I've always with Typhoon come at it with a cinematic approach, especially with this new record. And I think I even reference it in the song I just played, Young Father. We just played Young Father, is where I say, I'm making this into a film. Or what do I say? What's the word? I replace my life with films or scenes from a film that I'll never make, and also like this whole record. I came about it with the first song was supposed to be an establishing shot, like you kind of see the universe, and then you kind of zoom in a little bit and you see the Earth and you see like human history in a nutshell, and then you see me in my backyard, and then the next song kind of takes it from there. With birth, and it goes and so on, and so I don't know that's kind of a roundabout way of answering your question of translation, but I don't know. I mean, the creative process for me has always been a confusing one. Like usually it's when I'm doing really mundane things or when I can't sleep and I just have a thought and it doesn't immediately tell me whether it's music or film or any other kind of art. It's just a thought, and then I can't let it go, and it starts channeling itself into a song eventually. Maybe it will into a film someday. I'd love to make a film. Let's do it. Let's make a film.
Let's do it.
It'll be called Kickball.
Oh my God! This is a great team!
All right, Tyler. Good. Oh, baby. Hard to do. There it is. Oh, yeah. That's a good kickball.
If anybody that doesn't know, that's the theme from Final Fantasy. And then we yell a word. So let's do Room 125. Yeah. Room 125. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Da-da-da!